Hey Tiki! So today we're doing a cat on a tree mani. Now this was inspired by some artwork that I found again on Google Images, and the artist is a man called Michael Prosper. I'll put all of his details in the description box down below as per usual, so you can go and check him out. I love everything that he does. Just go and check him out. You won't regret it, I promise. Now I'm starting off with a white base on all of my nails, and this time I'm using Cirque Colors Carpe Diem. Now this white is very similar to OPI's Alpine Snow in the fact that it takes two thin coats to get opaque. It's not like their black polish Memento Mori, which is most definitely a one coat of black, but I really do like this white polish. It's a lovely alternative to OPI's Alpine Snow. Now of course, after I've done the painting, I then need to do a little bit of cleanup using my Royal Majestic brush and my non-acetone remover. For those that enjoy this process, here you go. Now before I do the nail art, and I do this pretty much every single time, I'm going to add a coat of Seche Vite to all of my nails. So before we do the gradient, which is the base for the actual nail art, I'm going to add Bliss Kisses Simply Peel to protect the skin around my nails, so the cleanup is a little bit easier. For the gradient, I'm going to use two pinks, also from Cirque Colors. The first is Nympho, and the second, which is a hollow pink, and that's called Framboise. The brush I'm using is from Picture Polish, and it is the number 2 brush that they have in their set. So the gradient for this one is a little different. I'm going off, or getting the inspiration from this artist Michael Prosper and the artwork that he does, and the gradients that he does, he obviously does them with a brush, and so therefore there are basically brush strokes. So that's why I'm doing the gradient this way rather than doing it with a sponge, because I want there to be brush strokes. Alternatively, you could actually use a sponge first just to get a couple of layers down, and then you could just come in with a brush, and I did think about that afterwards. Probably could have done that, would have been easier, but yeah, I didn't. I did not do it that way. Now as you can see, I'm using a little bit of the white as well, just to try and make sure that the white in the middle is quite bright. I didn't want it all, much brighter than the outer areas. And obviously I'm starting with the darker color on the outside, the hot pink sort of on the inside, and then at the very center the hot pink mixed with the white, so it makes it nice and bright. Now if you're going to do something similar to this, I would suggest maybe trying to do it the other way, like with the sponge first and then coming in with the brush to add the brush strokes. But either way, I really enjoyed doing it. It was kind of fun. The smallest amount of cleanup, simply because I used Simply Peel from Bliss Kiss, so that made things a lot easier. But either way, I don't have a problem doing cleanup, as you all know. Now once the gradient was done, I then added yet another coat of Seche Vite, and I know it seems like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of polish on one nail, but it wasn't that thick. I mean, it certainly wasn't polished mountain thick, so not a big deal at all. So finally we're on to the actual nail art, as in the cat, and I'm using black acrylic craft paint. It's matte black, and I think I've mentioned this on numerous occasions that I use matte black acrylic craft paint in particular because once it's dry, it dries matte, as opposed to glossy paint, which dries like it looks wet and it's hard to tell whether it's dry. And that's why I really love using matte acrylic craft paint. So To start with, I'm painting the body and the head of the little cat, and it's after that that we then add the tree and the branches for the cat to sit on. Now, while I'm telling you all of this, I just wanted to say, I'm not sure if I've mentioned this yet, that Buddy, my cat, who I think most people know hates my guts, unless I'm feeding him. I think maybe it's because it's cold outside at the moment, because it's winter here in Australia. He's actually coming inside, and when I'm sitting on the couch watching TV, he's coming over and coming and sitting on my knee. Now, he has never done that. Ever. We've had him for 4 years, I think, about 4 years, and he has never sat on my knee, like not on purpose, not like, you know, sometimes I torture him and try and encourage him, but like he's doing it on purpose, so I'm very pleased about that. So yeah, that was a win for me. Although it does mean I may have more cat hair in my nails because the cat is sitting on me before I start doing nail art, because I tend to do it at night time. So look, I mean, I can handle that. It's not a big deal. Okay, so the next step is to add the branches, and we're going to start on this nail, and then we're going to continue them on the middle nail. Now, I'm not sure if you realised, but from the photo at the beginning, you would have noticed that we only did this nail art on the 2 middle nails. I didn't put anything on my pinky and my index nail. They stayed white. Now, when it comes time to continue the branch or the tree branch on your middle nail, the best thing to do is to put your nails together so you can get an indication of where you should start the branch on your middle nail, because that's like a continuation of the tree. I'm just going to randomly mention this here. You might notice that my nails in this video are longer than they were in my previous video where I showed you how I file my nails. And the reason for that is, and that'll be, you'll notice that in the next couple of videos as well, was that I did all of this nail art like last week or the week before I actually filed my nails. So sometimes I prioritize some manis over others because I like them more or less, or you know, whatever, or it's, you know, I had to do Canada and Canada Day and American 4th of July nails, so yeah, that's why that is. Now, once all of that is done, you can go ahead and seal it in with your favourite top coat. Of course, I'm using Seche Vite as per usual. And that's it for this one. I really hope you like it. I loved it so much. I'd love to do lots of different nail arts inspired by Michael Prosper's work. He's really talented and he does some amazingly fabulous stuff. Anyway, thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, chickies. Oh, and thank you for subscribing, and thanks for that delicious thumbs up. Bye.